Lemke, would you like to lead us in the Pledge of Allegiance?
Sure. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Let the record show Mr. Miller is absent. All the board members are present. Mr. Board, has public notice been given?
Yes, it has.
Shout outs and celebrations.
Okay, I've got a handful here. First up, I have Miss Elizabeth Perkins.
Good evening. It is Administrative Professionals Day, so I just want to take the time to shout out our administrative assistants at the high school. We have Heidi Andres, Fran Ewing, Bethany Thompson, who's in our student services, and Marcia Dax. And they often just keep us organized, keep us on our toes. They're not afraid to point out if we're missing something. They're always just like they're on our shoulder to help us and support us along the way. So we appreciate them. Bethany helps our students in student services just to make sure their needs are met, whether they need to see the nurse or our counselors, and just keeping things organized. It's a very busy time of year back in there right now. So just want to give them a shout out. They're the first faces you see when you walk in our office, and they've done a fabulous job this year.
Thank you. I have Callie Levy. Via Mrs. Frank.
Good evening. I am here to share on behalf of Callie Levy, one of our parents at the primary school. She is giving a shout out to Maddie Goldwasser, or as she's known throughout our building, Miss Gold. All of the greeters are fabulous, but I love the lady with the red and white jacket. She greets Will, her son, with such enthusiasm every day, whether the weather is terrible, whether Will gives a grunt in response or a warm reciprocation. And I love her phrases. Thank you for being here. And let's make today a great one. Kids need that kind of enthusiasm sometimes in the morning, and it warms parents' hearts to know their kids are warmly received. What a gem she is. I mentioned her to a friend who also drops her daughter off every morning. She also agreed that she is the best. And one time her dog escaped out of the car, and she scooped her up and put her back in the car completely unfazed, unjudgmental, and didn't miss a beat with her cheer. She is much appreciated by the parents. Thank you. And a side note, also Administrative Assistant or Appreciation Day, we give recognition to Beth Gander and to Brandy Pizer for being that first person, not only in welcoming people, but the first person to take care of that scraped knee, the first person that gets transferred that vomit bucket, and all the other fun and exciting that happens in our office as the day goes and moves throughout the day. So thank you to them and to all in our district that are in that role. Have a good night.
Thanks, Ms. Sarah. Thank you, Callie. And then Sheila Traxel.
Well, good evening. I have several that I wanted to share with you. A couple of weeks ago, I had the pleasure of emceeing a mayoral forum at the Richland Center City Auditorium. I was asked as well as David Dadoon, a senior here at Richland Center, to emcee the event. He was truly, I have to share with you how very proud we should be of him. He was professional, respectful, and truly in his element. I honestly believe he could have been a third candidate. Afterwards, people were telling him how impressed they were with him, as well as getting their picture taken with him. He said he would be going on to college, but they said, when you are done, can you come back and run for mayor? And I think he might just do that. As you all know, recently I had surgery and had an extended stay at the hospital. I can tell you, when you can't sleep, you get up and you walk the halls. It's pretty quiet up there at 1, 2, 3, or 4 in the morning. However, they don't allow you to walk alone. So I had an LPM that walked with me, and you find natural things to talk about that you have in common, and that came to our kids. I didn't know her, and she didn't know me, but I shared with her about my kids and what they did, And then she shared with me about her kids. She said that her child goes to the partner school, and it has changed their outlook completely on going to school. She said they love going to school now. She told me what an amazing teacher Kim Siefkas is and how grateful she is to her for all that she does for the students. I asked her if I could share her story with the board, and she said it would be fine. I just wanted to give a big shout out to Kim Siefkas for all she does to make the partner school so successful. So thank you, Kim. This one is from Jessica Huntemer. She asked if I would read this for her. While over the last few years, our school district has gone through some amazing and hard transitions, upgrades and expansions, there's no secret that I'm thrilled with where we have come from where we were just those handful of years ago. I was irritated with administration, select teachers, and many of the proper procedures. We tried a few new things and lines of communication seemed to open up a bit. There's been new schools added as options to get everyone the type of education they want, need, and we are left with the best of the best for teachers at all grade levels. But I feel one of the biggest and best new hires to come into our district has got, and she's got that in capital letters, to be our social media communication spot. It's still a fairly new position in general for my district, and with all the districts and universities I follow, ours is hands down the absolute best. Some good stuff, some heartwarming stuff, some stuff that makes you take a little more pride in the school your children attend. Sports, academic competitions, yes, finally sporting their brains also. Plays in the arts, some funny stuff, and of course the boring stuff like school delays. I was thinking about it today, about how far the Hive has come, and I couldn't help but feel a little extra pride for a school I didn't attend and just felt the need to share. A big shout out to Carrie Stoltz. She's done an incredible job letting our community know what is happening in our schools. P.S. Mr. Board and school board members, you better never let this one go. And lastly, I just want to give a big shout out to the fundraiser a few weeks ago, to the bearded gentlemen who volunteered to shave their beards if they were picked for a great cause. I do have to share that my family and I, we did have quite a chuckle since we haven't seen Andy without a beard since middle school. So thank you.
Thank you. Any other Roland? All right. Thank you to everyone who gave a shout out and those who received them as well.
Public comment per policy 0167.3. Anyone wishing to participate in the period of public comment must be a resident of the Richland School District, the parent or legal guardian of an enrolled district student or an enrolled district student. Persons wishing to participate must be physically present at the meeting and must register in advance. A total time allotment of 30 minutes will be given for public comment. Each participant shall be given 3 minutes to address the board. Speakers are not permitted to make inflammatory comments, use inappropriate language or gestures, attack specific persons, or make a specific person the subject of their remarks. Please see policy 0167.3 for a complete list of requirements and restrictions. If a person is unable to adhere to these rules, be directed to end their comments. Mrs. Coleman? Thank you. All right, oath of office.
Okay, we have a couple of board members. The election results are later on in the agenda, but a couple of board members that will be taking their oath of office here tonight. So Ms. Thompson, Troxton, and Sharp, you could maybe join Mrs. Coleman over behind Mr. Lemke and Mr. Doudna for your oath. Mrs. Coleman is a notary, that's why she's administering the oath.
Yeah, say this after me. I state your name.
I,
Sheila Jackson, having been elected into the office of Richland School District Board of Education,
to the office of Richland School Board of Education,
but have not yet entered
on
the duties thereof,
upon the duties thereof,
swear that I
swear that I
will support the Constitution
will support the Constitution
of the United States
of the United States
and the Constitution of the State of Wisconsin,
and the Constitution of the State of Wisconsin,
and will faithfully discharge
and will faithfully
the
discharge
duties of said office
the duties of said
to the
office
best of my ability.
to the best of my ability.
So help me God.
So help me God.
Congratulations.
Congratulations. On to reports, district administrators report.
Okay, I just have a couple of things. One, reminder to board members that we will be trying to get a picture afterwards. I know that Mr. Miller is gone, but we're going to try to get a group picture and individual pictures with each of you after open session and before we go into closed. So hang out here in the IMC until we're done with that. Secondly, be on the lookout, and I'll try to communicate as soon as I know, but we will likely need to have a special board meeting sometime between now and the first week, well, likely next week or the following week, so that we can wrap up employee group negotiations and still have time to issue teacher contracts, assuming that we can get all of our transportation, health insurance renewals taken care of tonight. That would be the next step. So just kind of be on the lookout. We'll try to find a time where everybody can make it. And then finally, I know that a couple of administrators mentioned it during shout outs, but I too just want to thank and recognize all of our administrative assistants in the district, not just those in the district office, but each of our 3 buildings. I think I can speak for every administrator and director in our district that without those folks, we would be lost. And so we truly appreciate them and everything that they do for us in front of us and behind the scenes. Thank you. Any questions from the board? All right, thank you.
Board member reports. The steering committee met on Thursday, April 16th. Just kind of discussed the same things that we brought up the last few meetings. We still have a meeting, or the first will be held on Sunday, April 26th. The snacks will be provided by Wild Honey Juicery and Cafe from 3:30 to 4. The event will be from 4 to 6. The second event is still Wednesday, April 29th. Pizza will be provided by the Phoenix Center from 5:30 to 6, and the event will be from 6 to 8. Just a reminder to go to the district website, click on Get Involved and the Hive Mind and RSVP so that folks can get food lined up, daycare lined up, and get a good head count. So, and also as a reminder, board members should be there for both events. We won't be participating in the event per se, but just to show our presence and be there for support and answer any questions. It's kind of what we're going to be there for. But again, we won't be actually participating in the table sessions. Any questions for me? All right. The IT department report.
Okay, hopefully you got an opportunity to listen to our network manager, Eric Bierce, and his department report. He talked about the role of the IT team, our Chromebook program, which is grades 3 through 12, and how they have been able to improve the durability of the devices and faster in-house repairs. Mentioned that we're undergoing some significant internet improvements through the 2024 referendum that have been passed, as well as talking about some cybersecurity training, ongoing phishing attempts. They've been able to reduce folks clicking on suspicious emails by 50% over the last couple of years by testing them through internal structures, and it helps employees identify what looks suspicious or what could be suspicious. It's been a good improvement and has limited our risk exposure from the district. I don't see Eric here, but if you have any questions, I'm happy to relay them. And as always, if you think of one later, email me and we'll get you an answer or get it addressed here. Any questions right now? Okay, thank you.
Board reorganization. Election of officers.
Okay, I will start this. So as of right now, all of our current officers are no longer officers up until this point. They have acted in the capacity they have been. As of right now, they are no longer officers. And so we had sent out a survey earlier last week to gauge board members' interest in the different officer positions, president, vice president, clerk, treasurer, acting clerk. The survey results that we received back are in the board book. Since then, just a couple of updates. I can share with you that while Mr. Miller is not here, he did want to let me know that he would still consider the position of treasurer and I would accept that nomination. Mrs. Thompson has withdrawn from the treasurer and acting clerk positions, and Mrs. Troxel has withdrawn from the clerk position. So with that, I will get things started here by starting off with nominations for the position of board president. Mr. Umbihan has expressed an interest in that. Mr. Umbihan, is that position of board president still a position which you would like to be considered for?
It is.
Okay, then I would open up the floor. Are there any other nominations for the position of president? Are there any other nominations for the position of president? Hearing none, nominations are closed. Mr. Umbihan has been elected to the position of board president by acclamation. Congratulations, Mr. Umbihan, for being elected president of our Board of Education.
Thank you.
And with that, I will turn it over to our newly elected president, Mr. Umbihan.
Right. I guess I just want to first off say, really, thank you. Appreciate everybody's support and trust with me in this role. So thank you so much. All right. I am looking now for nominations for the position of vice president. Mr. Bailing has expressed interest. Mr. Bailing, is the position of vice president still a position for which you'd like to be considered?
It is.
Are there any other nominations for the position of vice president? Are there any other nominations for the position of vice president? Okay, nominations are closed. Mr. Billing has been elected to the position of vice president by acclamation. Congratulations. All right, I'm looking for nominations for the position of clerk. Mrs. Thompson has expressed interest. Ms. Troxel is the position of clerk. Oh, wait, hold on. This is out of date now. Mrs. Thompson is the position of clerk, still a position of which you like to be considered? Are there any other nominations for the position of clerk? Are there any other nominations for the position of clerk? Nominations are closed. Mrs. Thompson has been elected to the position of clerk by acclamation. Congratulations. I am looking for nominations for the position of treasurer. Mr. Miller has expressed interest, and he further expressed it today with him not being here. Are there any other nominations for the position of treasurer? Are there any other nominations for the position of treasurer? Okay, nominations are closed. Mr. Miller has been elected to the position of treasurer by acclamation. Congratulations. Great. Acting clerk, I am looking for nominations for the position of acting clerk. Ms. Troxel has expressed interest. Ms. Troxel, is the position of acting clerk still a position for which you would like to be considered?
It is.
Are there any other nominations for the position of acting clerk? Are there any other nominations for the position of acting clerk? Nominations are closed. Ms. Troxel has been elected to the position of acting clerk by acclamation. Congratulations. Now we're on to the WASB delegate and alternates.
Okay, so this is a position at the state convention annually each year. In 2027, it's January 20th to the 22nd. Every school district that's a member of WASB has an opportunity to have a delegate attend the delegate assembly and vote on behalf of our school district and what the WASB, the Wisconsin Association of School Boards, supports. And so we would be looking for someone to be elected to the WASB delegate, and then a second person to be the alternate delegate in case the first one cannot make the event. Questions on what that entails, anybody?
So for the WASB delegate, I am looking for nominations for the position of WASB delegate. I have expressed interest in it and continue to express that interest. Are there any other nominations for WASB delegate? Are there any other nominations for the WASB delegate? Nominations are closed. Myself, Aaron Obihan, has been elected to the position of WASB delegate by acclamation. Just a clarifying question here for the WASB alternate delegate. In the board book, it's saying that both Mrs. Thompson and Ms. Troxel expressed interest. Did both of you express interest in that position?
I'll withdraw this time.
Okay. So Mrs. Thompson, is that still a position as
Yeah.
WASB alternate you'd be interested in?
Okay.
Okay. Are there any other nominations for the positions of WASB delegate, alternate delegate? Are there any other nominations for the position of WASB alternate delegate? Nominations are closed. Mrs. Thompson has been elected to the position of WASB alternate delegate by acclamation. Congratulations. Now on to the Richland School District Foundation representative. I'm looking for nominations for the position of Richland School District Foundation representative. Mr. Billion has expressed interest. Mr. Billion, is the position of Richland School District Foundation representative still a position for which you'd like to be considered?
It is.
Are there any other nominations for the position of Richland School District Foundation representative? Are there any other nominations for the position of Richland School District Foundation representative? Nominations are closed. Mr. Billion has been elected to the position of Richland School District Foundation representative by acclamation. Congratulations. Right. CISA 3 Convention Representative. I'm looking for nominations for the position of CISA 3 Convention Representative. Mrs. Sharp has expressed interest. Mrs. Sharp, is the position of CISA 3 Convention Representative still a position for which you would like to be considered?
It is.
Are there any other nominations for the position of CISA 3 Convention Representative? Are there any other nominations for the position of CISA 3 Convention Representative? Nominations are closed. Mrs. Sharp has been elected to the position of CISA 3 Convention Representative by acclamation. Congratulations. All right, CISA 3 Convention Alternate Representative. I'm looking for nominations for the position of CISA 3 Convention Alternate Representative. Mr. Bailing and Mrs. Thompson have expressed interest. Mr. Bailing, is the position of CISA 3 Convention Alternate Representative still a position for which you'd like to be considered?
Yes.
And Mrs. Thompson is the position of CISA three convention alternate representative, still a position which you would like to be considered.
No, I'd like to withdraw.
Thank you. Are there any other nominations for the position of CISA three convention alternate representative? Are there any other nominations for the position of CISA three convention alternate representative? Nominations are closed. Mr. Billing has been elected to the position of CISA three convention alternate representative by acclamation. Congratulations. All right. On to board officer signatures on contracts.
Okay, these next five agenda items are things that the board needs to do annually. We do them at the board reorganization. Just for consistency, the first is authorizing the board or board members to sign contracts via electronic signatures. The law now allows it. It has since 2004 allowed it. It's becoming more and more commonplace. We do use a combination typically of in-person and hand signatures and electronic signatures, but it is convenient when those electronic signatures need to be secured quickly, and therefore we'd be looking for a motion to approve the usage of that.
Is there a motion to approve the usage of electronic signatures on contracts and agreements for the 2026-27 school year?
So moved.
Motion made by Mr. Downa. Is there a second?
I'll second.
By Mrs. Thompson. Any discussion? Mr. Bailey?
Aye.
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 Aye. Aye.
Aye. All right, selection of official newspaper.
Okay, when a school district has a local newspaper or multiple, they need to declare an official newspaper. We have one, the Richland Observer. They've served as our official newspaper for several decades now, and so we would be looking for a motion for them to continue in that capacity for the 26-27 school year.
Is there a motion to approve the Richland Observer as the official newspaper when class 1 notices are required by law for the 2026-27 school year?
I'll make that motion.
Motion made by Ms. Troxel. Is there a second?
I'll second.
Second, Mr. Bailey. Any discussion? Mr. Sharp?
Aye.
Aye.
Aye. Aye.
Aye.
Aye.
Selection of alternative investment location.
So while the school district does use Community First Bank as its primary checking account, as general funds are held in, for a long time, the district has used the local government investment pool, the LGIP. More recently, specifically since we've obtained referendum dollars, and until those referendum dollars get spent, we can earn interest on that, and we do that through one of a couple different ways. The LGIP, the Wisconsin Investment Series Cooperative, or WISC, as well as PMA Financial Services. And so we would be looking for the board to approve all three of those entities to use as alternative investment locations.
Is there a motion to approve the local government investment pool, Wisconsin Investment Series Cooperative, and CDs and treasuries as directed by PMA Financial for alternative investment locations for 2026-27?
So moved.
Motion made by Mr. Bailey. Is there a second?
I'll second that.
Second, Mrs. Sharp. Any discussion? Mr. Doudna?
Aye.
Aye. Aye.
Aye.
Aye.
Aye.
Selection of legal firms.
Okay, the board has, the Richland School District has used Kirk String since the 1980s. Continues to do so with Strang Law LLC. And we would be looking to continue to have our general counsel with Kirk String and in most cases, and then also have the ability to use other firms as needed for special purposes.
Is there a motion to approve Kirk Strang with Strang Law LLC as the legal firm for most of the legal matters in 2026-27 and empower the district administrator to use other firms as needed for special purposes?
I'll make that motion.
Motion made by Mr. Doudna. Is there a second?
I'll second it.
Mrs. Thompson, any discussion? Mrs. Thompson?
Aye. Aye.
Aye.
Aye.
Aye.
Aye.
Board memberships and publications.
So the board is a member of two different associations, has been for, again, decades plus probably. And with that membership, we get access to resources through each of them. So the two that we have been and the two that we're asking for membership for this year, again, is the Wisconsin Association of School Boards, or WASB, as well as the Wisconsin Rural School Alliances, or WISRA, for 26-27.
Is there a motion to approve membership in the Wisconsin Association of School Boards and the Wisconsin Rural Schools Alliance? Where's for the 2026-27 school year?
Make that motion.
Motion made by Mrs. Scheib. Is there a second?
I'll second.
Second, Ms. Troxel. Any discussion? Ms. Troxel?
Aye.
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 On to minutes. Approval of prior meeting minutes of April 6th, 2026. Is there a motion to approve the prior meeting minutes of April 6th, 2026?
So moved.
Motion made by Mr. Bailey. Is there a second?
Second.
Second, Mr. Downa. Discussion? Aye.
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 Aye. Aye.
Is there a motion to approve the prior meeting minutes of April 8th, 2026?
I'll make that motion.
Motion made by Mrs. Sharp. Is there a second?
I'll second.
Second, Mrs. Thompson. Any discussion? Bailey?
Aye.
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 Aye. Abstain.
Aye. Is there a motion to approve the prior meeting minutes of April 9th, 2026?
I'll make the motion.
Motion made by Mr. Downer. Is there a second?
I'll second.
Second, Mr. Bailey. Any discussion? Mrs. Sharp?
Aye.
Aye.
Aye. Aye.
Aye.
Aye.
Okay, and is there a motion to approve the prior meeting minutes of April 16th, 2026?
I'll make that motion.
Motion made by Ms. Troxel. Is there a second?
I'll second.
Second, Mrs. Sharp. Any discussion? Mr. Downa?
Aye.
Aye. Aye.
Aye.
Aye.
Aye.
All right, on to financial items. Approval of statement of cash and invoices.
I can. I move to approve the statement of cash dated April 15th, 2026, and approve Community First Bank General Checking Account checks number 88219 through 88238, ACH number 2526-04859 through 2526-04898, and ETF number 2025-00286 through 2025-00298, for a net total of $257,013.54. This is for the purpose of general operating costs of the district.
Motion was made by Mr. Bailing. Is there a second?
I'll second.
Second, Ms. Troxel. Mr. Bosworth, anything you want to point out or add?
Nothing specific to add tonight.
Thank you. We have a motion and a second. Any discussion? Mrs. Thompson?
Aye. Aye.
Aye.
Aye.
Aye.
Aye.
Mrs. Coleman, consent agenda items?
Motion to approve the consent agenda items. Motion to accept the donation of $300 to assist with family food accounts from Mark and Sandy Campbell. Motion to accept the donation of $750 to promote youth golf and pay for event expenses for the golf team from the Wisconsin State Golf Association Foundation Incorporated. Motion to accept the resignation of Terry Koszewski, our CPS special education teacher, at the conclusion of the 2025-26 school year. Motion to approve the hiring of Caleb Mueller as a technology education teacher for the 2026-27 school year as presented. Motion to waive policy 5851, school events on Wednesdays, Sundays, and holidays to account for student activities at the Hive Mind event as presented. Motion to approve the budget revisions for the 2025-26 fiscal year is presented in accordance with the provisions of the Wisconsin statute 65.9058. This shall require at least a 2/3 majority vote. Motion to approve 3 open enrollment out applications for the 2025-26 school year as presented.
Is there a motion to approve consent agenda items?
I'll make the motion.
Motion made by Mrs. Sharp. Is there a second?
I'll second.
Second, Mrs. Thompson. Mr. Porter, anything you want to call or add?
No, nothing tonight. Well, I will just reiterate that the open enrollment is for this year. The window is not quite closed for the 26-27 school year.
We have a motion and a second. Any discussion? Ms. Troxel?
Aye.
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 Great. On behalf of the board, I'd like to thank Mark and Sandy Campbell and the Wisconsin State Golf Association Foundation Incorporated for their generous donations. Also, on behalf of the board, I want to extend our best wishes to those who are resigning and thank you for your dedication to our school, students, and community. Is there a motion to approve the modified agenda?
So moved.
Motion made by Mr. Billings. Is there a second?
I'll second.
Second, Ms. Troxel. Any discussion? Aye.
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 Aye. Aye.
Information and discussion items, district vacancies and appointments.
Okay, so 12A is for the 25-26 school year. We still have 3 positions open. We went from having no applicants at behavioral tech position to multiple. Interviews were conducted and we're actually bringing them back for a second round so that they can experience the culture at the Behavioral Academy while students are there, because students there just started back with their second trimester this past Monday, just a couple days ago. So the interviews were done when no students were there. Night custodian has been reposted, and then maintenance tech positions, interview was today, actually. So that is closed here shortly. Any questions? Thank you.
Okay, district vacancies and appointments, 2026-27.
Okay, so this is the first time you've seen this one. This is all of our positions that we have posted that would be the fiscal year 26-27, either a July 1st start, or in the case of a teacher, their first contracted day in mid to late August. Several teaching positions open. One was just filled here tonight, which was our technology, our tech ed position. Otherwise, we've got a few clerical aid, food service through classroom aides or administrative assistants, or special education needs. But that full list is there, and most of them just closed here this past Sunday. So our administrative team will be well on its way to get interviews lined up and get some folks hired for the next year. Any questions? Hopefully the list stays just at this level right here. The rest of the summer. Okay, thank you.
Q3 discipline report.
Okay, as promised a couple weeks ago, I think we've got all the bugs worked out of our software to be able to, not the software Skyward, but the importation for me to be able to create the graphs and charts and not have to do everything manually. Seems to be working, so we should be able to stay on top of this now. I just spoke about this just a little bit ago, so all of our administrative team is here. Board is certainly familiar with looking at these as well. The chart on the front shows the number of occurrences for each grade, as well as the number of unique students, right? One student can have multiple occurrences, so that number would always be less, or at least no more than. And then the total offense chart, quarters 1, 2, and 3 are depicted by the red bar graph on the far right of each of the quarters. You can see that generally discipline occurrences are down across the district compared to previous years. Again, welcome to turn it over to the board for questions that our administrative team can answer. All 3 of them are present here tonight.
Questions from board members? We'll move on then to election results.
Okay, so a little anticlimactic because we've already sworn everybody in, but we do have to officially recognize the election results. And so that is done here in this agenda item. If you draw your attention more to the bottom of the memo, the official canvassing results, every school district that has school board elections and really the county and the city, they all have to have a canvassing, official canvassing session. It's an open meeting. It's done publicly where each entity, in our case, the school district, goes through every municipality and gives an official vote for each of them. So you will see the different municipalities there on the left, starting with the city of Richland Center and working your way down to the town of Willow. Cynthia Thompson again ran unopposed for Area 1 East, rural area. And then Sheila Troxel and Jill Sharp both ran for the 2 at-large positions. So essentially everyone ran uncontested. You can see the vote totals at the bottom. And then the top chart that you'll see everybody's name in here. This is just a summary for you to know when your seat or when our different board member seats are up. So starting at the top there, because Mrs. Thompson was appointed to fill a vacancy in April of, in 2025. She was up for election to complete that term in 2026, and she will actually then run because that term starts again next year in 2027. So you'll be up for election two years in a row should you choose. Mr. Ambihan will be up in 2028, Mr. Bailey 2027, Mr. Miller 2028, Mrs. Sharp and Mrs. Troxel 2029, and then Mr. Doudna 2027 as well. So next spring it will be Mr. Doudna, Mr. Bailey, and then Mrs. Thompson to again, if also choose to run, those positions will be up next spring. Any questions from the board on either the canvassing results? Canvassing results were because our clerk, Mrs. Troxel, was as a candidate, she could not conduct the canvassing results, and so she appointed Ms. Coleman to help with that. Mr. Josem and myself and Dr. Johnson were all the canvassing board and those results. I think that's everything. Any questions? Okay, thank you.
All right, on to action items. VFW Memorial Day Ceremony backup site.
Okay, so each year, the VFW, we have the Memorial Day Parade, our bands participate in that. It's covered under policy that they can do that on a holiday. It's an annual thing. And then after the parades, the VFW has a Memorial Day ceremony. But occasionally, or in the event of inclement weather, they need a backup site. And so they have traditionally used one of the district facilities. They're requesting Richland Center High School. It's been 4 or 5 years minimum since the last time they've used this, but they do need a backup site. And again, this is something that we've always approved, and that would be what we would be looking for the board to approve again tonight.
Is there a motion to approve the VFW's use of district facilities as a backup site for the 2026 Memorial Day ceremony on May 25th, 2026, in case of inclement weather?
I'll make that motion.
Motion made by Mr. Troxel. Is there a second?
Second.
Mr. Doudna, any discussion? Mr. Bailey?
Aye.
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 Aye. Aye.
Aye. Approval of batting cages near softball field.
Okay, so this is a request coming from Director of Operations as well as the athletic department. They've got some volunteers who are willing to not only do some labor work, but donate some materials to erect some batting and or pitching cages near the RCHS softball field. Baseball field has them. And from an equitable standpoint, I would suggest that we put some in down at the high school softball field as well. Originally, they were wanting to do it on the third base side. There's some drainage issues there. So the plan now is to do it behind the dugouts on the first base side. Would be under the direction of Mr. Clerk and myself, who would go through, make sure that all the permits, Stakers Hotline, DNR, it's close to the creek. I believe Mr. Clerk just today sent a text that said DNR has given us the okay to do that. But we would make sure that it's aesthetically pleasing, that it can be mowed around nicely and well maintained and is well constructed. But we do have some folks that are willing to do that. And given the time, we're in, the end of April, I think they'd like to try to get started on it sooner rather than later. I put in here that it would be finished, completed no later than 6 months. But the reality is, I think that this can probably be done in about a week to 10 days. If the board approves that. No financial commitment to the district, other than it would be formally recognized through this motion, added to our insurance should something happen, and then all the supplies and everything would be either fundraised or donated. Any questions? Mr. Clerk is here as well.
Is there any site work that needs to be, like drainage, leveling, anything like that needs to be taken care of?
Landscaping work
Not in that area.
Okay.
should be pretty straightforward, I think, right? Some permanent blocks to be able to put the poles in and some timber around the edges to keep things from
Retain all the screening that they'll use to actually throw and hit on.
Is there a motion to approve the erection of batting cages near the RCHS softball field as presented?
I'll make that motion.
Motion made by Mr. Sharp. Is there a second?
I'll second.
Second, Mrs. Thompson, any discussion? Mr. Sharp?
Aye.
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 All right, now the board meeting schedule 2026-27.
Okay, so I know our board has had some discussion at our governance meeting on what the next year's worth of regular board meeting schedules would look like. I believe that this has reflected what the board had intended with one small change. Just a general summary for our public. The idea would be that board meetings would happen twice a month, that they would happen on the second Wednesday of the month, and that would be primarily a governance meeting for the board. And then generally on the fourth Wednesday of the month, which would be well, they're all regular board meetings, but a more traditional board action taken on those nights. Of course, either meeting could have some of the other items in it, but this would be the primary format that we would follow. The months of November and December, you'll see that the second meeting of the month has been moved to the third Wednesday to avoid conflicts with Thanksgiving and Christmas and those weeks. We'll also notice that during the Easter/Lenten season, starting in February 8th through the Easter season, that there are a few meetings that were moved 2 days in advance to the Mondays, so there's 3 of those. And then the change that was made since the board discussed this at the governance meeting was the meeting that was originally scheduled for the fourth Wednesday in May, a month from now, was originally scheduled on May 27th. That is the night of our senior scholarship night. You know that we've got parents and or board members that are presenting or just enjoying the festivities. And therefore we are asking to move that one up to the third Wednesday, which would be May 20th. Other than that, you'll see our annual meeting that was set by our annual meeting at the last meeting. That can't be changed. That's on Wednesday, October 21st at 7 o'clock. That's in blue. Otherwise, you're free to make changes to this as you want, but I believe I've got a schedule that reflected the wishes of the board proposed here. Any questions?
One of the things that we had discussed is just location, to still have one of our meetings, at least one of our meetings at the primary school and one of the meetings at the intermediate school. Is that still an option? We'll just make that change as needed.
Yeah, I would suggest that, and I know that was reflected, and I didn't have it reflected in here, primarily because my hope was, to not squeeze all of those in February and March, but maybe do them a little more systematically, and with the referendum, just not knowing for sure when everything's gonna be filled, and I'd like to show off our buildings when they're completed, to try to just work with you folks and announce those, when it comes time, so, and then we'll post them accordingly. If you're okay with that,
Thank you.
thank you.
Is there a motion to approve the 2026-27 regular board meeting schedule as presented?
So moved.
Motion made by Mr. Billion. Is there a second?
I'll second.
Second, Ms. Troxel, any discussion? Mr. Doudna?
Aye.
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 Yes. Make a motion, we move into closed session pursuant to Wisconsin statutes 19.851E to deliberate and negotiate service agreements, collective bargaining strategies, and other governmental business for competitive or bargaining reasons require a closed session. 19.851B to consider discipline, investigation of charges, and related personnel matters involving district employees. And 19.851F to consider confidential student and personnel matters. The board may take action in closed session if necessary and appropriate. I believe this is missing something, Mr. Board. In this motion here. So live stream will not be available for the open session held in the room 106.
And the board will reconvene.
And the board will reconvene in open session in room 106 following the closed session. Is there a second?
I'll second.
Second, Mrs. Sheriff, any discussion? Mrs. Thompson?
Aye. Aye.
Aye.
Aye.
Aye.
Aye.
Thank you.